Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Coach's Corner. My name is Heather, and I'm a clarity coach at Health Coach Institute, and I'm going to be your host tonight for an amazing live interactive experience. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope that you brought your curiosity and your passion and questions. Settle in, guys. This is meant to be a casual, fun call tonight. I'm in my kitchen. You're probably going to see or hear some dogs and maybe some thunder, Columbus, Ohio, in the summertime. And this is meant to be a gathering of like-minded people who are interested in learning more about health coaching and the Become a Health Coach program. Wherever you are in your journey to coaching, maybe you just found us today on Instagram, maybe you've been looking at our website for 6 months. Maybe you've been already talking with your own dedicated clarity coach, and maybe you are this close to saying yes to joining us for our next cohort. Wherever you are, it is the perfect place because it's where you are. And we're here to honor and serve that tonight. A couple things about questions. This is a safe place, guys. I am going to record this call so that we'll have a replay that goes out tomorrow. You can hop back on that, pick up what you missed, or enjoy it again. But you're able to ask us questions tonight through a live chat feature. So if you can please take the cursor down to the bottom of your screen, your toolbar will appear. Halfway across is the word chat with a bubble above that. Please click that. That will open the chat feature on the right-hand side of your screen. Then take your cursor again to the bottom of the screen where right now it says all panelists. There's a teeny tiny blue arrow there. Please click that. Change that to all panelists and attendees. And that way, when you ask a question or make a comment, we'll be able to see everyone's amazing, amazing thoughts. And this can really be an interactive experience. So to get everybody started in the chat, I would love it if you guys would put in there where you are dialing in from tonight so that we can say hello to everyone. Again, I am in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm seeing people from Miami, Chicago, Arizona, Florida, there they are, Canada, another Canada, Georgia, my goodness, Oregon and New York, all over. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us tonight. St. Martin's, that might be a first. Very cool. Awesome, guys. New York and Maryland. Thanks, guys, for giving us part of your day. Whatever you had to do to make this possible, we certainly appreciate that. And again, with regard to questions, know that there are no silly questions except for the one that you don't ask. And if there is a question that you're secretly hoping that someone else on this call is going to ask, here's a heads up, that's your question, okay? And you may be doing someone else a favor by asking it. So again, safe place, you can be yourselves, you can ask anything that you want. The replay goes out with the video only. The chat is private for us tonight. So let her rip, guys. We'd love to get some questions going in there for our featured coach, Julie Ohlemar. And bear with me 1 second. I have a glitch on my internet. Hold on, you guys can still see me? Tara, give me a wave. Sorry, guys, I went red there for a second. Makes me a little bit nervous. Okay. Everybody on this call, you have your very own dedicated clarity coach as well. So if you're like me and you think of the very best question in the history of time, the moment that this call ends, please check your inbox because your clarity coach has already sent you an email as an introduction. If you have already talked with them, it'll be a reminder with their contact information. We are also very lucky tonight to have another clarity coach joining us in the chat. Her name is Tara Gibson, and she will be answering course questions there as well. So Tara, if you'd like to come on and say hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. If I miss a question, I lost my glasses, so just kind of put it back in there, and I'll get to it, I promise.
That's awesome. All right, guys, we have an amazing coach on our call tonight who also happens to be in Columbus, Ohio. Whoop, whoop. Her name is Julie Ohlemar, and she is a graduate of our March 2017 BHC cohort. She received her certification in September of 2017. So guys, what's important about that date is that it was 2 years ago, 1, 2. This is not somebody who has been coaching for 15 years that you aren't going to be able to relate to. This is someone who not that long ago was literally in your chair, maybe on a coach's corner with me. Having found the Health Coach Institute, considering the program and wondering what the best next step is, In a nutshell, guys, she gets it. That's another reason why we're so open with the questions here and casual about this entire experience. If you want to know something, it is silly not to ask. Please be open and forthcoming with your questions. And without further ado, I'm going to turn this call over to Julie.
Hello. It's so good to be here tonight. I love HCI, so I always love doing anything HCI related.
Wonderful. And Julie, can you give us a little bit about your background, what you did before coaching and how you came upon health coaching? We'd love to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So my journey really began when I was in college. I taught fitness classes and was like super into health. But I was also actually battling disordered eating at that time. And it was when I started coming out of my battles with that I became really passionate about wanting to empower women to love their bodies and live their best lives. And I didn't know how to do that yet. I dreamed of coaching, but didn't know it existed yet. My story includes going to graduate school where I studied body image, and I ended up working in public health because I didn't know what to do. And so I was working in public health. And then I started seeing health coaches pop up on Instagram. And I just remember being like, oh my gosh, wait, these people are doing what? Like, this is a thing? I can coach women in this way? And that's when I started to really realize, like, this is what I meant to do. Like, this is how I meant to work with women. This is how I meant to empower them. And that's when I started looking into programs. And there was a lot of programs out there. And I remember seeing a webinar with Stacey Morgenstern. And it was just this knowing of like, oh my gosh, and like, this is the program for me. And so that's kind of how I stumbled upon coaching and Health Coach Institute.
Can you tell us a little bit about your business? What does that look like? And guys, with your permission, I should have asked before, maybe not on live. Can I put your website in the chat? Is that okay?
Absolutely. Yeah. So my business, I work with women to help them really break up with dieting and restriction, to help them learn to really listen to and trust their bodies again, so they can be really free from all the stress of dieting and really find peace with their bodies. And I do this through, I have a membership I run. I do group programs. I have private coaching as well. So I have a lot of different layers there that I love so much.
Perfect. And we're starting to get questions coming in on the chat. Thank you guys so much. Keep them coming, and we will do our very best to get to all of these amazing questions. And I'm going to back up just a moment. From Kirsten, talking a little bit about the career outlook and the difference between this and a dietitian. So Julie, I'll take the first part of this one and then would love to get your input as well. So here's the thing, guys. We could certify 1,000 coaches every day until the end of time, and we will never meet the need. Okay? There are so many different ways to coach, so many different places, so many types of businesses, so many ways to integrate this into what you currently do, that it literally is limitless. And we'll teach you during the program how to determine what's going to be best for you. You learn about all of that during the course. You may decide that you do want to set up your own business like Julie did. See clients in person or online. Maybe you're on the call tonight and you have a modality, a nurse, a massage therapist, or a trainer, and you want to add coaching to what you currently do. Learn how to do that too. And maybe you don't want to hang a shingle. You're looking to find a job as a coach, and that's fantastic because there are a lot of places that are looking for coaches. That could be in a wellness center or a community center, a gym or a yoga studio. There's huge opportunity in corporate wellness right now, as well as in the medical and insurance fields. And here's the thing. We're not teaching you to put a nut on a bolt, and then you're going to stand in line with 100 people who are applying for the same 2 jobs at the factory. You're going to be able to choose your own path as a coach, and this is a collaborative environment. You support each other and lift each other up. You don't compete against each other because there are clients all over the world that need you, and there's a client for every coach and a coach for every client. This is also a good place for us to talk a little bit about what a health coach is and what we are not. So, a health coach is a master of habit change. That is what we focus on. We are not practitioners. We don't diagnose, treat, or prescribe. We don't participate in or interfere with medical decisions. We don't do meal plans, medical meal plans. That's what a nutritionist or a dietitian would be. So the difference in a conversation, if I am Julie's coach, turn the tables for a moment, and I am her health coach, what I will say is, hey, Julie, looking at your food journal, I do see some opportunities for us to up-level your protein and vegetable intake. Let's talk about the benefits of free-range chicken breasts and dark green vegetables. And for heaven's sakes, why are we driving through the McDonald's 3 times a day? That's a coach. A nutritionist would say, okay, Julie, for dinner tonight, it is 4 ounces of chicken breast and a cup of broccoli. That's the difference. One is a meal plan. One is habit change and healthy choices. And Julie, I would love to hear, especially because you know coaches as well, how do you see the career outlook?
Oh my gosh, as endlessly abundant. It's really exciting. I have a lot of friends who are coaches who are even just starting BHC right now, and they always fear, like, is there space for me? Is there room for me? Like, is it oversaturated? And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, because each of us can only see so many clients. And truly, I mean, I envision a future where having a health coach or having a life coach is the norm. And I really think that is where we're going. And I think you're spot on that whether you want to start your own business or work for a corporation, there are so many different possibilities. And that's really the exciting thing, is that you get to really hone in on what lights you up, what kind of career do you want? Do you want that freedom of working for yourself, or do you like more structure? So much possibility.
And here's the thing, everyone. As a grown-up, we are conditioned to have a plan. We work the plan, we reach the goal, we make a new plan, we work that plan. That's what we're taught to do, right? You don't have to have a plan beyond getting certified. Let that be the plan. Let that be the decision now as you're deciding which program works for you. Then if you have an idea of what you might like to do, fantastic, tuck that away. Take the program and know that you may very well come upon a path that you haven't thought of before. And you could end up going in a slightly different or a majorly different direction than what you thought of at the beginning. Be open to the possibilities that coaching will present, but have the plan B, getting certified. Easy enough. Then you can let that go and that expectation and literally go with the flow and see what presents itself to you. And we had a great question from Artie, and I'm going to give this one to Julie. Can people actually afford a health coach? I'm wondering if people will pay for coaching. Can you talk a little bit to that, Julie?
Well, I am approaching my first 6-figure year, so I will say yes, people absolutely do pay for coaches. And you know what? I think we all have the same fear. I know when I was first in my BHC program and I was looking at, how much to charge, it was kind of this really scary thought of like, oh my gosh, like, can I really charge this? Will people pay for it? And the answer is absolutely yes. I have actually tripled my prices since beginning my coaching practice. And and guess what? People still keep saying yes, because the work is transformational. It is so much more than just, a 3-month program or whatever you're offering. I mean, this changes lives. And it's like, well, how much do you value your life, right? And so yes, people pay for this. Absolutely.
And here's the thing. I am going to imagine that people on the call tonight are drawn to coaching for a lot of different reasons. And one of them may be that you may very well be already helping people and having these coaching conversations. And either someone said to you, you should be a coach, or you thought that to yourself. Whatever got you here, we're grateful for that. There's a bit of a mindset shift as you begin the program. As helpers and healers, we want to help and heal everybody. And although you may continue to have some of those conversations, it's the mindset shift that not everybody is going to become a paying client. That's okay. You may decide to continue having some of those conversations on a smaller level, but really as you are growing as a coach, part of what we teach you during the program is how to find the clients who are ready, willing, most important word, able to participate and invest in their transformation. And that's not going to be everybody. Now, it doesn't mean that at a cookout, if someone says, which bread's better, you don't answer the question. Of course you do. But it does mean that there are boundaries that are set in those conversations, and that what you were giving away has tremendous, tremendous value from a personal and a financial level. During the program, there is a pillar that is the personal growth and life coaching pillar. And in that pillar, we discuss your money mindset and examine your relationship with money. And this is a big one. Big. Oftentimes, again, helpers and healers are reluctant to put a dollar amount on what we do because you should do it out of your heart, right? No, do it out of your heart, but definitely put a dollar sign on that. Whatever your resistance might be to that, we're going to teach you how to get over it, through it, under it, around it, whatever it takes, so that you can confidently talk to potential clients about what you offer with the cost and value associated with that. So Julie, I would love to hear a little bit. I mean, tripling rates in 2 years' time. Well done. And talk a little bit about that process and how the Become a Health Coach program helped you do that.
Yes. So the Become a Health Coach program, I mean, it was fabulous. And they really give you a wonderful guideline of how do you set your starter rates. And you know, people start at different rates based on that module. So I started mine at the $9.97 price point for my 3-month program. That felt like a stretch for me, but also felt like, okay, like, yes, that seems doable. And as I worked through my first launch of my business, I had a kind of a cohort of clients. Now people come, you know, throughout the year. But all it took was really seeing this first cohort of clients go through my program and seeing their incredible transformations, and to really feel how much work I was putting into this, and the energy and the love that I gave to my clients, that I really started to realize, okay, this is worth way more than that $1,000 price point. And so I worked up incrementally, and really kind of felt into the energy of you know, what is the value of what I'm providing, and what feels really, really good, like what excites me in terms of, you know, getting paid. And so, yeah, it was just kind of an incremental shift, and I hit that $3,000 price point this year, and it just felt really right. Because as I've grown as a coach, I mean, I've invested a lot into myself and into, you know, who I am as a coach and what I can bring to the table. So of course the investment should go up. It's really like me owning my worth and owning my gift and owning what I give to my clients. And that's a total life transformation. And so, you know, that comes with investment. I also believe that transformation begins with transaction. We value what we pay for, period. And so I'm doing a disservice both to myself and my client if I'm undercharging. I'm disempowering them by saying, oh, you can't afford this. Because I believe in abundance. I believe that we can absolutely afford what it is we truly desire. Whether we afford it right now or we afford it a year from now by deciding I'm going to save for that. I'm going to make it happen for myself. But I never want to say, oh, that person can't afford this. Because I believe that everyone is powerful enough to do that. And I also have programs at different rates, right? So my membership community is a really low price point because boom, right? Anybody can then join that. Or of course I give free content on my Instagram platform, right? Or on my Facebook platform. I can serve for free in that way. But then when people are serious about changing their lives, that's when they'll invest in my group program, or they'll even, you know, go up a level to my private coaching program.
I'm glad that you brought that up. Can you give us a little bit more detail? First of all, I love the fact that you have tiers, right? Because if someone, in the idea of coming from a perspective of abundance, it doesn't mean that they're not going to do it if they don't do it now. But I love the fact that you have options also. Sometimes people will come in at the lower price point to determine the value for themselves and then move forward. So can you talk a little bit about your membership?
Yes, absolutely. So my membership community is an online private Facebook community. And the goal is to create a community around intuitive eating. I coach around intuitive eating, which is very different from a lot of the other programs out there. And so I wanted to create a space for women specifically. I work just with women to have a space where they can feel supported, where they can reach out to me and their community and celebrate. So that's what the goal is there. And so with the membership, every month we have a theme related to intuitive eating and body image. And I'll do a members only podcast episode from the podcast, I'll create a workshop that I do a Facebook Live every month. It's a workshop for how they can really put the monthly theme into practice. And then I'll do a live Q&A, and I show up weekly to support them right there on the Facebook group. So I like to think of it as I'm their virtual coach. It's a way that they can have access to me at a more intimate level than say on just like my Instagram page. I also include my membership within my private coaching package. So if you're a private client of mine, then you get lifetime access to my membership, so that even when we stop working together, they still get to have support from me in that way, which is really, really nice.
For those that might not be familiar with the term, can you explain what intuitive eating is, please?
Yes. So intuitive eating is an evidence-based process of learning how to listen to and trust your body again. So we were actually all born intuitive eaters, but then in our culture, we have all these rules and restriction around food. And so that creates binging, that creates really harmful relationships with food. And so as someone like me, I struggled with disordered eating. Intuitive eating is what really set me free and allowed me to have a really beautiful, normal, empowered relationship with food and exercise and my body. So that's intuitive eating in a nutshell.
I love that. Thank you. And I'm going to take the next question. Julie, if you don't mind muting for me, just a little bit of background noise. Thank you. So from Sarah, are therapists more qualified than life and health coaches? I'm concerned that I won't have enough clients demanding my services. Here's the thing, not more qualified, differently qualified. You are never less than because you're a health or life coach. You are different than. We are very different than counselors and therapists. Number one, the schooling is different. And this is not a shortcut to become a therapist or a counselor, because that's not what we do. And another coach that I work with described it very succinctly, and I really like the way that she said it, is that counselors and therapists help people feel better. Coaches help them be better. So we work side by side with therapists and counselors, and you will refer out and have referrals come your way when you build that network, but very, very different things that work together, but can also run parallel as well. Someone who is in therapy or counseling may very well need the services of a coach, and vice versa. So that falls within the scope of practice of health coaching as well. And believe you me, there is a definitive line. This is black and white. There is no gray. You will know exactly what you can and cannot do as a coach. You will also learn how to recognize the times when it is outside of your scope of practice, when to refer them out, whether that is to another coach, maybe they've come outside of what you concentrate on, or they fall outside of your modality as a coach. But we're going to teach you about there, and there won't be a time where you think, can I do this? You'll know. Okay. Julie, I would love to hear a little bit about your referral network. Can you talk about the importance of that circle and who you have in yours?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. We lost you on video.
I was pressing unmute and it said stop video, and I clicked that instead.
Technology.
Yeah, so referrals, I used them more when I was first beginning my business, and now it's just taken off, and I don't rely on them so heavily. But yeah, I mean, referral networks are great. So really looking at kind of allied professionals who work in similar areas. So I've had quite a few therapists who will send their patients to me, right? Because they're doing therapy, which is different. If their patient has trouble with eating and body image, they're like, oh, I know Julie, she's a coach on this, and they'll send them to me. I've worked with masseuses. I've worked with, let's see here, personal trainers. I teach cycling classes and yoga myself. And so that kind of was a built-in referral system from those studios. And yeah, it's really neat to see. I also have a really fun photographer friend who does body positive photographer, and she's a great referral to me because our missions are very aligned. And so it's really neat to kind of build that community where you're all supporting each other. I, for instance, also had a client I worked with about a year ago, and she came to me asking, hey, do you know a dietitian who is versed in intuitive eating and health at every size? And I said, yes, I do. And I was thrilled to send her way because I can't give her what a dietitian can give her. That's a different need, right? And so, yeah, it's really cool to see how this all goes together.
I love that. Can you talk a little bit about how you got your first clients? This is a question that we always get, and people love to hear about where you are now.
Mhm.
Give us an idea of what those steps looked like as you were starting out.
Absolutely. So I remember when I was in BHC, and it was about 3 months in when I really started to realize, oh, wow, like this can really be a business. Like I can really do this. And my goal was to do it full time. I mean, I had a goal by the end of that year. I dreamed of quitting my full-time job. And so, I taught cycling, I taught yoga. And because I already had this passion, and many of you might be the same way, you already have a passion for health and wellness, you probably do. I had that passion too. And I actually had already been using my Instagram to share my message here and there. Wasn't a ton like it is now. It's all I do on my Instagram. But I would still, curate posts about my message about loving your body and whatnot. And as I geared up to launch my business, of course, I started doing more of those posts. And I had created a blog that I would write on, very like easy little things. Like it wasn't a very comprehensive blog. It was just a place where I would write and share my story, share my passion, share my mission. And then when I launched my business via Facebook and Instagram, announced to the world what I was doing, and that I was taking on, clients. And my goal was I was like, okay, if I can get 10 clients, then I can quit my full-time job and really like go into this, all the way. And within 5 days, I had 10 paying clients. Now for me,
Sorry,
since
what?
Yes.
5 days?
Yes. Yes.
That's what you said. Okay, I just wanted to reiterate for the folks in the back. You said 5 days.
Yes.
Okay,
so I teach cycling and yoga. And so initially, my clients came from that community. They knew me already. And because I had been sharing my message via Instagram and my blog, like very easy. Anybody watching right now, you can start doing that right now. And then you're already building your audience. So in a way, it was like people were waiting for me. It was like people were waiting for me to like become a coach, but they didn't even know that. And so then when I announced that what I was doing, it was like, oh my God, like I want to coach with you. And boom. And of course, BHC trains you brilliantly in how to actually set up this business and how to have a discovery, a breakthrough session, whatever you want to call it. So I was prepared. I was ready. I had those breakthrough sessions by the book, by what HCI teaches you. And it was very easy to gain those clients. It's changed a lot since then. I still, actually, I don't think any of my clients now go to my cycling classes or yoga. It's really grown. I would say primarily like Instagram is how I've really grown my business. We live in a really cool time right now when you can do so much via Facebook and Instagram. How cool is that?
And if all the mention of social media just gave you the heebie-jeebies because it's not your gig, all right, perhaps you're in my age group and we remember when there was not an internet. There actually was a time, guys, when there was not Bookface and everything was fine. We're going to teach you during the program how to use all types of marketing avenues, traditional ones, which would be brochures. They would be business cards. They would be holding a workshop, right? Word of mouth. We're also going to teach you these newer ones with social media. Guys, here's the thing about social media. It is free, F-R-E-E, free. Learn about it, use it at the level that it works for you. We also, as part of the service that we provide to our students, offer to you a Going Pro package towards the end of the program. So maybe you're thinking, well, now I got to get a website. No, you don't, because we'll take care of that with you and for you with this package. It sets you up with a personalized website, email templates and content, a private client management portal that has calendar, scheduling, invoicing, and reporting. It's all done. It's an easy button. You get it for free for 3 months. If you decide to keep it, it is only $39 a month, which is it's a steal. It's a really, really nice package. So don't jump ahead and think, We're going to teach you. We're going to guide you in the best way to market yourself and your business. And we have an entire team of people that are experts at this. This is woven through the entire thread of the program is the business aspect, but it's also concentrated in the fourth pillar of the program, which is the business and marketing strategies pillar. And guys, this is not general business information that you find in a lot of other programs where they say, okay, get on Facebook, get some business cards, now go coach, good luck, right? This is a targeted, directed business education because, and there's going to be a lot of really good takeaways on this call tonight. Heads up, this is one of them. We are the only institute that was founded by coaches. Such a simple thing, but such a powerful result from that. Everything that we do, the curriculum, the resources, the experiences, everything focuses on the fact that you as a coach are going to impact countless lives. So we make sure that you are the best educated, the most effective and successful coach possible so that that impact is transformative, long-lasting, and profound. If you are going to do something this big that touches people on such a deep and personal level, learn from the experts. It simply makes sense. And the fact that we are client-based, like we think about you too, don't get us wrong, but our ultimate end game are your future clients. That everybody on this call has people that are waiting for you to coach them. And I know it may not seem like it now and everything seems so big and we get all of that. There are people waiting for every single one of you on this call to serve them. We're going to teach you how to find them. We're going to teach you how to manage that. We're going to teach you how to grow that. And every coach and student is different. You do you during this entire thing. We had another question come in the chat. Do people do this full-time? Do they full-time, part-time, sometime? Okay. Now, I will say the majority of the students that I enroll into this program are working full-time. They're taking care of families full-time. They're doing something. I've never enrolled anyone in 4 years that said, oh, goody, this is all that I have to do, right? So the way the course is designed is to fit into the spaces that open up in your life. Video lessons that can be done at any time, a skills lab with another student. Everything that is a requirement for certification is done on your schedule. So we fit into the spaces that you open for it, but everybody has something else going on during the program, and we know that. Perfect. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, I like this question. This is from Michelle for Julie. How do you balance your work and private life when you do so much and make the coaching so personal? So can you talk first about the work-life balance, and then I'm going to talk a little bit with you about boundaries.
Yes. So I knew from the get-go, because of the BHC, I think they do a comprehensive job in the module of personal development. I knew from the get-go that I wanted to have very strong boundaries, that I needed very strong boundaries so that I could balance my personal life with my professional life. I personally did not want to be the person that was always working. To me, the appeal of having my own business was the freedom that it would give me. And so the last thing I wanted was hustle and grind. And so for me, what that looked like was I decided from the get-go I would not work on Fridays. I always had dreamed of having a 4-day work week. It always just made more sense to me. And so I have not worked a single Friday since October 2nd, 2017. I stuck to that. I do not work weekends, period. I do not go on email. I do not do any work at all Friday through Sunday. And I'm very clear that when I'm, not working during the week, once it's evening and I'm done, I am done, right? I will respond to the email the next day. But that was very important to me from the very beginning that I have these boundaries set in place for work-life balance.
So how do you deal with someone who's needy? And I don't mean that in a bad way, but we tend to, if you're making breakthroughs with someone or someone is really involved in their coaching and they are needy, I need a different word and I can't think of one, but what do you do? How do you explain that? And how do you keep that? Is it just simply not responding to the email, but how do you set that up?
Yeah, so in my contract that they all sign when they start, it goes over very clearly the boundaries of the program, that we will have our weekly coaching call, and that in between coaching calls, they can email me and I will respond to their email. But they know that Friday through Sunday, like I will not be responding as I'm not working. And that's been great. People have really respected that. So I haven't had any issues.
Can you talk a little bit about what Monday through Thursday looks like? About how many clients do you see per day? Do you do this online? Give us an idea of, because in my head, if I didn't work Fridays, I'd be cramming a lot into Monday through Thursday. So tell us a little bit about what that looks like.
Yeah, so I really have finally, over the past year, nailed down my ideal schedule. I had a lot of limiting beliefs at first. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to coach at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. before people go to work. I'm gonna have to have a lot of sessions at night for people after work. And so I had like my whole day open, right? I was like, my calendar's open from like 7 a.m. to like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. And I think it was 8 p.m. when I started, actually, just crazy to me now. And I coach Monday through Thursday. And I since have honed that in more and more and more to where now I coach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My hours are noon to 6. And then Thursdays are my admin day, where I will work on course creation. I will do writing and Instagram planning or whatever kind of things I have going on. If I'm planning an event, if I have any coffee dates or whatever, Thursday is my admin day. I love my Thursday. And it's funny because, you know, while I have really scaled my hours back of when I'm actually coaching, I've had no issues with that. And I have lots of clients who work typical jobs. And because I do all my coaching just on the phone, like a normal phone call, that's how I prefer to coach. There's no distraction in video. They can do it from wherever. It's super easy for them. So I have a lot of clients who will be at work and they will take their lunch break and we'll coach during their lunch break. And that works out really well. I realized it didn't serve anybody to coach super early in the morning, because for me, I was just too tired, not totally awake yet. And neither were they. And they were always just kind of thinking about getting to work. And after work, you know, for a lot of people, it's there's too much going on. It's easy to cancel a session. And so actually it's worked out really, really well for, you know, people who do work a traditional job to do it during their lunch hour. Or I have a lot of people who work from home and they can do it whenever, you know. And so I had a lot of limiting beliefs of like, I have to coach at 7 a.m. or like 7 p.m. That's just absolutely not the case, at least for me and my business.
So for your clients, and I don't know if you guys caught this, 1 to 6, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I love the fact of an admin day so that you can have a day set aside for it, because it is important. You grow your business by growing your content and your offerings, and you have to have dedicated time to do that. Mm-hmm. How many clients per day is that for you typically? I know that it'll wax and wane. That's right. But talk a little bit, like, how long is a session?
Yeah.
And how many people do you say per day?
My max is 4 a day. And I came to that for me personally. 4 is where I max out energy wise. And they're typically 60 minutes, 45 to 60 minutes. What was the other part of your question for?
How many per day? How long are the sessions? I think we got it. And
okay.
Talk to me a little bit, and this is from a place of curiosity. I have a lot of coaches that coach online, like on a Zoom call like that. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit more about your preference for the phone. I think sometimes people are like, wait a second.
Yeah.
You do this by phone?
Phone.
And Carrie Peters, our founder, coaches by phone.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people, Stacy coaches on Zoom. So everyone kind of picks their poison, if you will.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about what you feel the benefits of coaching by phone are.
I think there's less distraction. People aren't, you know, looking at themselves and like, oh gosh, how's my hair look? Or like having those like distract. Because let's be real, if we're on a video call, at times we're like, oh wait, is my hair looking, you know? And so for me, it's just that there's more focus when it's just, you're just on the phone. I just think there's less distraction there. And I also love the fact that I just think it makes it that much easier for people that, again, they can be at work, you know, because a lot of my clients will like go outside and like sit on a bench and like have a notebook and like they'll coach there, you know, and they could, if we were on Zoom, it's a lot harder. So for me and my clients, it just works out really, really well. I use Zoom for my group calls. but all my private coaching is done via phone.
Well, and I'm just thinking too, I haven't worked at an office in a long time, but when I was in an office, it'd be much easier to play off the fact that I was on a phone call than on a Zoom call too.
Yes.
Like it'll say I'm in a meeting or, do not disturb,
Absolutely.
whatever that might be. So thank you so much. And guys, I do encourage you to get some more questions in the chat for Julie. We're going to give her a minute to hydrate and take just a moment with that. Again, any questions that you have about tuition and enrollment specials, please do direct those to your Clarity Coach. We are going to do a little after the Coach's Corner, where we have everybody who is interested in learning more about our current cohort's offerings stay on the call for a couple extra minutes, and I will address those and talk about what we are offering for the current cohort. But again, please do get those questions in the chat for Julie. And Julie, I would love to hear a little bit about the Become a Health Coach program. The content is great. The curriculum is great. Everything is great. It really is. The community, however, is amazing. Can you talk a little bit about your experience with the HCI community?
I love the HCI community of my whole heart and soul. I think I fully fell in love when I went to my first HCI live event, which was in November of 2017. And just the energy, the positivity, the optimism, it's like we're all supporting one another, which is really, really, really beautiful. I've met a very good friend, many friends through HCI. There's a fellow coach who her and I call each other like our soul sisters. Like we just love each other. And it's just a really special community where we're just lifting each other up, rooting for each other, supporting one another. And now they have they're launching those, the local meetups. And I went to one and it was so fabulous. And it's just really cool to meet the people in person even who are on this journey with you. And it's just a really special community. I think is very different than other programs out there.
Guys, this is an online program. There's a reason why you're here. Online is flexible. It fits to your life. We do a very good job of making this interactive through the weekly skills labs that you do with other students. There are chat features on the student site. There's a private Facebook group for your cohort. There's an alumni Facebook group. And you work with a team of success coaches, again, during the program, who are graduates of the course and mentor you as you move through. So we've done a very good job of kind of marrying the two. Flexibility, interaction, but you can't replace hugging someone in person. And sometimes it's just amazing to do. So you do have a variety of opportunities for that. We have just rolled out our HCI local program, and in our bigger markets, we have appointed local leaders who will be doing live meetups. So we just had one in Columbus a couple weeks ago. They're rolling out all over, this is worldwide, guys. So they're having them in Australia, they're having them in the UK, but different markets, and you'll have access to that information as a student on the student site itself. Our big event, though, is HCI Live, and we hold that twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. Our next event is November 7th through 9th in Dallas, Texas. This is 3 days of workshops, trainings, meet and greets, and the opportunity to interact with Carrie and Stacy, the staff of the Institute, the Success Coach team, and hold the phone, about 700 other students and coaches all in one place. And I've been to many of our live events, and I still to this day do not have a word big enough to describe the experience. And I have some words. We've been talking for an hour. I've got words. I don't have that one. It is so amazing, number one, to meet people in the flesh, but also to be in a room. You know how excited you are about this. Look how passionate and excited Julie is about that. Multiply that times 700, then close the door, right? The energy and the positivity and the support and the love and all of the things that happen at the live event. Admittance to one event is included in your tuition. You'll be responsible for the travel and lodging. These are always held in major cities. If you are international, it will always be a direct flight from JFK, Atlanta, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. We always block a bunch of rooms at the venue. There's Airbnbs, people room up together. It's a really, really amazing, amazing experience. And I encourage everyone to consider coming. Julie had an amazing experience at one of our recent HCI lives, which is actually what drew my attention to her. So can you talk a little bit about what happened for you at our recent HCI Live?
I can. And I'm even going to back it up a little bit. So when I was in BHC, I loved the Better Than Ever podcast. And it was through that podcast that I learned about this challenge that HCI runs called the 10K in 10 Weeks Challenge. And I heard these amazing coaches sharing their stories on the podcast about how they generated at least $10,000 of income in 10 weeks. But a lot of these coaches did even more, like $20,000 in 10 weeks. And I was so inspired. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I want to be on that stage. Like, I want to be that person, like sharing my success story. And in April, that dream came true. And I was one of the 10K in 10 weeks finalists. And I got on stage in front of 700 coaches. And I shared not only my coaching success story, but I also shared my personal story of going from a place of disordered eating to body love, acceptance, and empowerment. And they voted me the winner. And I got to win a giant check. Actually, I have it on my wall in my office for $10,000. So that was amazing.
And just to be clear, you guys, she earned as a coach. It's a 10K in 10 week challenge. Mm-hmm. She did that, and you can too. You can do that with the tools and the resources and the experience from the Become a Health Coach program. And it's amazing to see our students and coaches on stage with that kind of recognition, because that is really something to be proud of. So I'm glad you kept it. I always wonder what people do with those big.
Oh my gosh, of course. It's my greatest anchor under my little sign that says the universe has your back. I also have my giant check.
I love that. And thank you for the tour of the office. I'm always curious about people's places, right?
I love my office.
I think that's awesome. All right, bear with me. I have some more great questions that are coming in. Do you have more clients in your area, or do you have clients that are in different states? Can you talk a little bit about the mix of your demographic?
Yes, I have clients all over. I would say if I was thinking about all my clients in general, probably the majority have been in my area, but right now I have clients in Idaho, I have clients in New York, I have clients in Maine, clients in Illinois, I have clients, they all over, Massachusetts. So, yeah.
All you need is a phone, guys, a computer, an internet connection, and a phone. If you want to coach internationally, WhatsApp is a great thing to download on your phone. You can call and text for free. But we have coaches that literally coach people at all ends of the earth because the need stretches that far. Social media can give you that reach to pull those clients in. And guys, word of mouth, whether it is actual literal word of mouth or through social media, is powerful stuff. It really is. And again, we'll teach you about that during the program so that you can market yourself in the way that is manageable for you and gives you the growth and the success that you are looking for. Question as well from Petra. How many clients from Karen. How many clients are in your group chats? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so in my group programs, I limit the number to 6 to keep it really, really intimate. As I'm working on growing my intuitive eating group program, I have another fabulous coach who is also an HCI grad, because I only trust HCI grads and she's working with me to help run those groups so we can keep it really intimate, because that's my goal with group coaching, is to keep it intimate. I just personally like that.
I'm going to grab some of the other questions in the chat, and one in Zerini, and I'm so sorry, I probably said that wrong. Do I think this would be convenient for you because I'm physically disabled? Yes, absolutely. So here's an opportunity for an expanded reach, literally from the comfort of your home, whatever that needs to be for you. So absolutely. And I would encourage you as well, with that demographic, there will be people that are looking for somebody who understands the challenges that they face. So that also could be a niche for you as well. Perfect. Bear with me. I'm going to do a quick scroll. Oh, this is a good question. I'll take this one. As a coach, are you enticed to bring on more coaches? Is that the focus of this? Alex, I'm glad you asked. So here's the dealio. This is not a multi-level marketing opportunity and is not a franchise opportunity. And I have great respect for both of those types of opportunities. I have a lot of friends that have done very well, multi-level marketing, also as franchise owners. But we are an actual school. It's in the sky, right? It's online, but we are an actual institute, okay? You are not tied to us from a business perspective as a coach. Now, we encourage you to stay connected in our online community, because why wouldn't you? Because it's amazing. And you have lifetime access to course resources and materials. We are not part of your business. We don't take a cut of what you charge your clients. Our name isn't even on your website. This is not Health Coach Institute presents Heather Lucas. This is Heather Lucas, okay? Now, again, we're an institute, a well-respected program, and we hold accreditations all over the world. And accreditations are very important because I don't know if you guys realize this, when you Googled or Binged or Yahooed or whatever you did to find us, there's some other programs out there. And I certainly hope that you are doing your research, because that's what a grown-up does, right? Research the opportunities that are out there, but know that in addition to being the only institute that was founded by coaches, we are also accredited worldwide. In Canada, we were with the Canadian Health Coach Alliance. In the UK, with the Federation for Holistic Therapists. In Australia, New Zealand, for the Institute for Complementary Therapies. And worldwide, with the International Coach Federation. And Tara's going to put some of that information in the chat for me. But this is an actual, legit school, okay? I'm going to actually ask this one of Julie. How do you combat the bad taste multi-level marketings have created for the term coach? So I'm going to be very careful with this answer before I turn it to Julie. And again, I have a lot of respect for multi-level marketing. I did it myself a couple of years ago. And the term coach is being passed around a bit right now. And that is a blessing and a curse. It's unfortunate to a degree, right? But it also is raising awareness. So I'm kind of looking at, I think it's kind of evening itself out. It's okay that people are calling themselves coaches, because that's not what you're going to call you, to be honest. You'll be a certified health and life coach, not a coach, okay? That's a very, very important distinction. And from a client perspective, I do not know any client of all the clients that I know who would sign on with a coach who didn't take the time or invest at a certain level to make sure that they were the very best coach that I could possibly need. There is tremendous value to the word certified. There is tremendous value to the experience and that title coming from Health Coach Institute. And Julie, I would love to get your take on that.
Yeah, I just don't worry about it, because I live in an abundant universe, and I believe in what I do and what other Health Coach Institute certified coaches do. And I can't be bothered by if someone else is using the word coach and they're not actually a coach, because that's just going to like lower my energy. I just focus on me, and I just focus on being the best coach I can be and serving my clients to the highest degree. And I just don't worry about it.
I love that. And I don't either, to be honest. It is what it is, right? Like, we can't control that. What we can do is what we offer and how qualified our coaches are. So that's what we're going to focus on. Mm-hmm. And again, the word certified, that is the differentiator. Okay. Great. And then there's no name attached to this one. I'll take this one. Does Medicare and Medicaid pay for coaching for their patients? So here's the thing. At this time, coaching is not paid for by insurance. And in order to have coaching paid for, there is a billing code. You have to be signed on with the insurance companies. It's a whole big thing. I spent a long time in the medical field, guys. It's okay that it's not covered by insurance, because that is a headache. Now, there are instances where a client might have a health spending account or a flex spending account that does pay for coaching. All you do is you invoice the client. They can take care of the paperwork on the other end. Cash pay is fine. It's fine, because signing on with the insurance company, the reimbursements are less. The paperwork is, you would drown in the paperwork. You really would. So Julie, I'd love to hear a little bit from you. Number one, how do you answer that question to clients? And how do you work with people who only want things that are covered by insurance? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I haven't had any issues with that. So I have had a client use her health savings account to pay for the program, which is great. But I think most people just know that insurance doesn't cover it. And so they're just ready to pay themselves. So I really haven't come across anybody being super bummed out when they find out that insurance doesn't cover it. If anything, they're just like, oh, like, could I use my health savings account? Which I'm like, yes, you can.
And I love that attitude. It is what it is. Again,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So let's work with what you, right? End of conversation. It is what it is. Okay, so I have somebody asking about setting up group coaching at a gym. Do you learn in the program how to set that up, a membership, private, free, etc.? Can you talk a little bit about how BHC prepares you for the different types of coaching and what you saw during the program?
Yes. And this is why I think BHC is such a fantastic course program. I've had a lot of other friends I know who have done different programs who honestly just have not gone on to be as successful. And I think it's because of how well a job BHC does in teaching you how to coach and teaching you how to set up programs, whether it's one-on-one coaching or a group program. And then going into module 4, when you're working on business and marketing, they really get into all of the different possibilities. And within your Facebook community, people are like, I was constantly inspired by what other people were sharing in the Facebook community, how they were going to do things. And so it's a very collaborative environment. And so, yeah, I think BHC does an incredible job at really opening you up to all the different ways you can run your business.
And again, remember also that you're working with a team of success coaches who mentor you through this experience. You do 8 coaching sessions with them, and they are coaches first. We're their side gig. So they all have coaching businesses. They've all coached successfully. That is an excellent resource. And they also are the ones that monitor the Facebook group that is private to your cohort. And there's a lot of ands in this. Don't forget too that you're going to be in a cohort of like 700 other students, some of whom are already coaching, some of whom already have modalities. The conversations, I'm an admin on the Facebook groups, and I had to turn my notifications off because my phone was pinging like an old school pager. I was out with my mom. She's like, could you answer that? I'm like, no, it's the Facebook thing. It's great. This is a very interactive community. So when you have questions like all the amazing questions that we're seeing come in tonight, you have so many different places to go to, and you also have a support team available to you as well. And I love this question from Molly. I'm going to take this first part. What if you are someone who is not already in a career that is in the health field? Would it be harder for someone like me to get a good start right off after finishing this certification? Nope. Here's the thing. We don't have prerequisites or requirements for this program. You have to be 18 and have a high school degree or your GED. Aside from that, there are no prerequisites or requirements because we don't find them to be an indicator of future success as a coach. You are the indicator of your future success, your drive and your determination and your passion. Now, if you are bringing something to the table, if you are a nurse, if you do have a background, fantastic. That will serve you well. But it doesn't put our students on different levels from each other. And Julie, I'd love to get your take on that as well. What would you say to someone who said, well, I don't have a background in this?
I'd say that one of the intuitive eating health coaches that I really looked up to and admired, who inspired me, was a lawyer before she became a coach.
Well, enough said. And I have enrolled students every age, every education background, every demographic, gender, experience, realtors, teachers, stay-at-home moms, college students, retirees, military veterans. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And it actually leads me to something that 9 times out of 10 we'll get this on a coach's corner, and we don't. If we don't, that tells me that someone wants to know and hasn't asked yet. So I'm going to ask it. Do you have to look a certain way or be at a certain health level to be an effective coach?
Can I answer this?
Yes, that's yours.
Thank you. No. Here's the truth of the matter. We are all meant to come in different body shapes and sizes, period. That's the truth. I can't tell if someone's healthy by looking at them. I can't tell someone's fit by looking at them. That's not how it works. And truthfully, we desperately need coaches, health coaches that are in all body shapes and sizes, because you know what? We need all people of all body shapes and sizes to feel empowered to take care of themselves. And so, oh my goodness, like We need to see health in all these different ways. So we need people of all body shapes and sizes to be health coaches.
That's exactly right. And guys, there is no mold. Here's the thing. If you are not where you want to be, that's fine. There is a huge amount of personal growth during this program. You're going to learn some new nutritional tricks and things that will help your own health. And in fact, we survey our graduates. One of the questions that we ask is, regardless of what you do with this, did taking this program have a positive impact on your own health and wellness? 100% said yes. Okay. Number one, there is no perfect spot, because what happens, guys, and Julie, I'm sure you can attest to this as well. We think that we have an image in our head of where we should be. And then we get there and we go, oh, I'm not there yet. And then you keep, that's nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. I'm a fan of the bumps and the wrinkles. I got to be honest. I think there is huge value in imperfection. And I use that term in a loving way. If you are on a journey, if you are not what you would think in your head is that perfect, size, whatever you have in your head of being the perfect mold, first of all, does not exist. Second of all, you are perfect just the way you are. You are enough just the way you are. And something that we just started doing on these coaches corners, and I'm going to give you all a couple seconds to do this. If you are wondering what a perfect health coach looks like, and we're going to give you time to do this, I want you to stand up and go look in the mirror. Seriously, go take a run to your restroom, run to your hallway, look in your sliding glass door, look in the reflection of your computer. That is a perfect health coach. It is what is on the inside as well. And at those live events, I've taken, at a couple of them, taken a moment to kind of stand in that room with everyone and take it all in. And guys, aside from the two sisters that I enrolled in the program who should look alike, nobody looks like anybody else. There is no mold. You are the perfect health coach. Okay? All right, wonderful. Okay, bear with me one second. Julie, when you were making this decision about whether it's health coaching or this program, was there anything that held you back or gave you pause as you were making this decision?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so many things. I mean, at that point, at that point, I remember thinking, like, is this a scam? Like, what is this? This online school for health coaching? Is it legit? Truly. And I was like, I don't, like, will this really help me? Like, will I actually be able to become a coach? Like, is this real? Like, I had a lot of questions and concerns. And once I talked to the Clarity coaches and as I got to know Health Coach Institute better and dove more into it, and I remember doing a webinar with Stacy, and it became so apparent to me what a robust and amazing program it was that I just trusted my intuition. Was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And was I scared? Absolutely. Like, you're going to be scared. You're doing this new thing, and new things are scary. And oh my gosh, I'm just so happy that I trusted my intuition, that I trusted that inkling, like, this is something I'm supposed to do, because that one decision changed my life. So, yeah.
I love that. All right. Great question as well. Is there a certain demographic that you look for clients, or do you present it to everyone or welcome everyone? Can you talk a little bit about your marketing, or do you ever turn someone away? I guess that would be a question too.
Yeah. So I work specifically with women who struggle with, like, the yo-yo cycle of dieting, who, lose weight and gain it back and lose weight and gain it back. And they're just frustrated, and they're like, enough is enough. Like, there must be another way to live. And there is. And so that is my client. It's that woman. I work with women just because that's who I just want to work with, who I identify with. And therefore I'm her coach. And yeah, like that's the woman that I work with. She's done with this exhaustive cycle of dieting, and she's ready for a way out. That is my exact client. And have I had to turn anybody away? I mean, when I'm doing a discovery call, I'm definitely looking for, is this a good fit? Am I a good fit for that client? Is the client a good fit for me? It's a two-way street there. And it's always very obvious if someone comes to me and and they're not an ideal client, and they know it too. So I've never had to turn somebody away because only people that I actually have wanted to work with have said yes.
Thank you so much. Right, bear with me. Oh, this is a good question. I'm going to take the first part and then I'm going to pass it to you. Asking a little bit about life and health coaching. So again, guys, we are the only institute that offers this as a dual program, and this is why. We view life coaching as being broad in scope, and it covers what we call the big five: health and nutrition, business, finance, relationships, and spirituality. People get stuck in a lot of different ways and in a lot of different places. We view health as the doorway to transformation for any client. You start with that. A couple different reasons. Again, for us, when you start from within, you have a better chance of initial success. Don't you do everything better when you feel better, right? You're not going to find someone that's got everything going on in their business and their family life and their finances and their spirituality who's driving through the McDonald's 3 times a day, because it doesn't work that way, right? So when you start in an area where clients have control, doesn't mean they're making great choices, but they have control there. And you focus on how they're stuck in changing habits and have initial success. They have a better drive, determination, and focus to tackle other areas of their life where they might be stuck. And everything affects everything else. It is a big, big circle. So Julie, I'd love to hear how you feel the life coaching training benefited you. And do you advertise yourself as a health coach, health and life, or what? You're muted. That's all right. Everybody does it once. That's all right. Everyone does it once.
Thank you. It was an amazing compliment to the program, so that you are just a really well-rounded coach. Because to me, your health is your life and your life is your health, and these things come up. And so it's amazing to be able to have the skills to be able to do it all. And as you go through the program, chances are you're going to find yourself drawn to one area or the other, and being able to have both health and life coaching all in one is a huge asset for that reason. This really equips you well. I describe myself as, I always say, like an intuitive eating health coach. However, that has definitely expanded. I definitely do more than that. But that's how I describe myself.
Well, I think that says a lot. And great question in the chat as well about insurance as a coach. Now, we don't insure our coaches. We'll provide you guidance on how to find insurance. There's a lot of good discussions always in the Facebook group. We do recommend at minimum a liability insurance. You can typically tack that on as a waiver to a current plan that you have. I also recommend reaching out to your own insurance agents for guidance there as well. But guys, this is not like malpractice insurance, because again, we're not practitioners. We're not laying hands. We're talking typically pennies a day with regard to insurance. There'll be discussions with your success coach team about that, and again in the Facebook group. But Julie, I'd love to hear a little bit, how did you handle your insurance?
Yeah, I have a really simple policy. I believe it was actually referred through like somebody in BHC, like, oh, I found this one, and I looked it up and it was great. And I do fitness as well, and so it kind of acted to cover all those things for me. And it was like $250 for the whole year or something like that. Like, it's really not a lot. So it was easy.
It tends to be a nominal, and I think in our society, it's ingrained in us that insurance is going to be this huge expensive thing. Well, if you're a cardiothoracic surgeon, yes. A health coach, no. So we will provide you guidance. And just like Julie said, put it out there on the Facebook group, guys. Hey, I'm looking for insurance. Would love to know, where you guys got your coverage from and what that might look like. So you've got a lot of resources with questions like that as well. Great question from Artie. Julie, do your clients pay the whole amount up front or payment plan? Can you talk a little bit about how do you set that up?
Yes. So I have a pay in full discounted price. And I also have a payment plan that people can choose as well. One other option I give people is if they are like a say yes today, they can actually split my pay in full in half, pay half then, and then half in a month. So those are the 3 different ways I do it.
Sorry, I couldn't get my mute. See, it happens to both of us. I couldn't get my mute button off. I love that idea of doing the half and then half in a month. I think that's fantastic. And this is a really good question. What group of people really needs health coaching? All the groups, all the people. Julie, what do you see as, in more of a general sense, what reasons do people go to see health coaches? Can you talk a little bit about what you've seen?
Absolutely. I think for me personally, it's when people just feel really stuck and they feel exhausted and tired, and they just know that their health is, they struggle with taking care of themselves and their health, and they know that they need support. I've also had clients who have come to me, from their doctors, and their doctors have sent them my way. And so, yeah, they're stuck. They feel like they can't do it on their own. They need some support. They need some help. And that's when they go, okay, I think I need a coach.
Perfect. And I love this question from Laura. I myself am still in this weight loss journey. I have many pounds to go before I reach my goal. I believe I can help change lives as I change mine alongside. Is that okay? Yes, please. Yes, absolutely. So I'm glad that you put that in the chat. Thank you so much for sharing. We oftentimes get this question as well. And when we don't get it, I know that someone is wishing someone else would ask it. So I'll just ask it for everybody. Julie, is there a need for male health coaches?
Yes, 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 yes.
If you're a dude on this call, please do this. Guys, there is a huge market for male health coaches, and it's not a different market necessarily than for female, but if you are a male health coach, then you are serving a specific demographic typically. Oftentimes men are comfortable going to men, and there are more female health coaches than males. And that's not a statement meant in any opinion, that just is how it is, right? In helping and healing industries, you typically find more females. But male health coaching on the rise. And if you are male on this call, please do reach out to your Clarity coach for some specific resources they can provide you. I recently did a coach's corner with a male graduate of this program. We do encourage you, if you are a guy on this call, please do this. Unique opportunity for male health coaches and unique opportunities for female health coaches as well. But I wanted to make sure that I nipped that one in the bud. All right, guys. It happens on every call. What's up?
You said it. You're done yet? Okay, nope.
Okay, if it wasn't going to be a dog or one of Tara's sons walking behind her, it was going to be your husband. So I'm glad we got that out of the way. I was just waiting for whatever it was going to be, but his face was like 100 people saw him. Whoops. That is awesome. All right, guys, I am going to do a last call for questions in the chat. Thank you so much. We've had a really nice mix of questions tonight. They've been different than what we typically get on Coach's Corner. So I do certainly appreciate that. If there is anything else that you would like to know from Julie, please do step up and let us know that in the chat. We're going to slow down in just a minute or two and go into the after corner with specific information about our current cohort and enrollment. If you are watching the replay and you do not have the after corner, please do reach out to your Clarity coach for that information. Oh, and this is my question actually, Julie. During the program itself, you actually, and as simple as this sounds, guys, and when you're looking at other programs and doing your research, this is another thing that makes us very different from all the other opportunities out there. And it's so simple, I always giggle when I say it, but this is a coaching program, y'all. So we're going to have you, guess what, coach during the program. And in fact, at the end of the course, you will have 60 practical coaching hours. 60, not 16, 60. That's a lot. We also want you to understand and participate in the entire coaching experience, start to finish. Thinking about clients, thinking about a program, having initial conversations, having discovery or breakthrough sessions, I like the breakthrough session, but having those initial conversations where you talk to a potential client to see if you guys are fit to work together, inviting someone forward to enroll in your program, successfully coaching them through a 90-day transformation program. So you do that during the course itself. That starts at the halfway point, but you can also begin coaching paying clients during the program as well. And Julie, I would love to hear, when in your process did you take your first paying client?
I took my first paying client. It was in August. So I was certified in September. So I did in August.
And I love seeing in the chat, I'm a coach and I've hired a coach. So can you talk a little bit about the value of, as a coach, being coached?
It is paramount. It is so important as coaches that we have our own coach. I have my own coach. I've now ever since joining BHC, I've had a coach, and so it's amazing that we have the success coaches within BHC. Because truly, I believe that this journey of being a coach, you basically sign up for a lifetime of your own personal development. Because you as a coach and the value you bring is your growth. And so we have to keep growing. We have to keep investing in ourselves so that we can keep growing and keep becoming a better and better coach for our clients.
I love that. And guys, our founders, Carrie and Stacy, they have coaches. We encourage that constant growth. And why wouldn't you? You're going to be literally in a cohort and in an environment full of coaches. Reach out. There are going to be people that do things differently than you. You'll be able to coach other people as well. But there is tremendous value and a lot of emphasis placed on that personal growth aspect. So guys, I certainly hope that this call tonight has been helpful. We are winding down for the Coach's Corner portion of our call tonight. Please do stay on with me for a couple minutes after the fact, and we will talk about information specific to our next cohort that we are enrolling for. Would love to know if there's any last minute questions or comments in the chat. And Julie doesn't know this yet because this is actually Julie's first Coach's Corner with us, and I think it was fantastic. And so what I do on every Coach's Corner is I ask the coach a question that they don't know is coming because I like the immediate raw answer. And so the question that I'm going to ask you is this. Thinking back to 2 years ago, basically, when you were considering this program and making this a momentous decision, and guys, by the way, we know that this is a big deal. It's okay to be nervous and scared. All of those things are okay. What is one thing that you know now as a graduate and working coach that you wish you would have known when you were considering this program?
That everything is possible and you don't have to know how.
That's a good one. Guys, it goes back to having a plan. Your plan doesn't have to be this big. Your plan can be this big. And this decision, this journey, is a series of very small steps and very small words. And the most important word is yes. Think about what you did to get here tonight. I'm going to be online. I'm passionate about health and nutrition. Yes, I'm going to tool around a little bit, see what pops up. Health Coach Institute. Yes, I'm going to click. Oh, that looks interesting. I didn't know there was such a thing as a health coach. I'm going to look around. Coach's Corner. They look cool. I'm going to register for that. Then I'm actually going to show up, but I'm not going to ask any questions. I just want to see what this is all about. But wait a second, this sounds really interesting. Now I'm going to start asking questions. Okay. If you are interested in learning more, your next step is to reach out to your Clarity coach. They are your guide during this whole process. They have all the information about our current cohort, enrollment specials, and bonuses. And most importantly, we want you to try this on for size, guys. Nobody buys a new pair of jeans without trying them on first. We want you to do that, and we offer you a 72-hour access pass where you can actually look at some sample lessons from the program. It's a 90 minutes worth of content. Your Clarity coach is able to give you that 72-hour access pass. Do that if you have not done that yet. It is the very best way to immerse yourself in this experience and see if it feels like a fit for you. If you have done your 72-hour access pass and you are committed to saying yes, please do reach out to your Clarity coach for that as well. And I'd like everyone to do a little bit of an exercise for me. We know, again, this is a big decision. So we're going to break it down into little pieces of yes. So for the next 24 hours, and it is 9:19 Eastern on Thursday until 9:19 Eastern on Friday, I'd like everyone on this call to live as if yes. Okay. Instead of wondering about it in your head to yourself, say yes to this amazing experience. Wherever you are in the journey, if you've done the 72-hour, haven't done it, talk to your clarity coach, haven't talked to them. Regardless, say yes and live in the yes for the next 24 hours. Go to bed tonight as a coach. When you're brushing your teeth in the morning and you look in the mirror, you're a coach. When you walk your dog, you're a coach. When you're at the Starbucks, when you're at the grocery store, when you meet someone new at the soccer field or the swim meet tomorrow, or at the cooler at work, you are a coach. Be a coach for the next 24 hours. Live in that yes. And come tomorrow night. If you are able to step out of your yes into no, that's your answer, and wish you the very best of luck. If you are on a teeter-totter, and you're not quite sure and you're going back and forth between yes and no, please reach out to your clarity coach, do your 72-hour access, get those lingering questions answered. If it comes time to step out of the yes and you don't want to, or it makes you feel sad or uncomfortable, that is also your answer. And your clarity coach would be honored to get you enrolled and started in our next cohort. But try this on for size for the next 24 hours. Do your 72-hour access, reach out to your clarity coach as well. They have all of the details, they have all of the fun things, and they are excited to talk to you. So guys, thank you so much. Julie, thank you. This was an amazing corner. Tara, thank you for your help in the chat, guys. We are going to close out the Coach's Corner, but if you'd like to stay on for the after corner, please do so. If you are on the replay with me and you don't have the after corner, and this is where it ends for us, please do reach out to your clarity coach for more information. But guys, thank you so much for showing up for us, for showing up for you as well. We really appreciate your time tonight. Julie, if you'd like to come back on and say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. It was so nice to be here. I wish you all the best as you decide to continue your journey and become a coach and change the world.
Thank you so much, Julie. Everyone have a wonderful night, and we will see you in the training. All right, guys. Sorry for the weird pause and the creepy smile there. I have to leave it long so I can edit later. And then I never leave myself enough room. So sorry for the creepy smile, but welcome to the after corner, everyone. Whoop, whoop. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Coach's Corner. That's the first one we did with Julie, and I thought she was fantastic. So I would love to hear feedback from you guys on the Coach's Corner. Is there something that you wanted to happen tonight that didn't? Is there any suggestions? Constructive feedback is welcome because that's how we are better. Cheyenne, yes. In answer to your question, yes. And you will find other coaches that focus on that demographic as well during the program. So that is a big fat yes. All right, perfect. Okay, guys, so we are going to talk about what is going on now. And what is going on now is August. You guys notice it's back to school time. You see the Target circulars, and the kids are going around with the new pencil cases, and they've got the new shoes and the backpacks and all the things. Well, why don't you join them and come back to school with us? We have a cohort that begins next week. It does begin on Monday, which is August 12th. We have an amazing enrollment special. It is the largest enrollment special that we ever offer. It is a big number, and your clarity coach has it. Please do reach out to them. They have information about the enrollment special and all of our affordable payment plan options so that you can talk with them and see the very best way for you to move forward and say yes and join us for the August cohort. Again, guys, it begins on Monday. So let's talk a little bit about what do you get when you say yes? Well, you get this amazing community like you experienced tonight. And that's one of the reasons why we do this Coach's Corners. But we have an amazing, amazing bonus package. Not only are you going to get the largest enrollment special that we ever offer for this program, but Carrie Peters would like to welcome you into the course herself personally on a live kickoff call on Monday, August 12th. For sure want to be enrolled and settled in so that you can participate on that call. We have a welcome kit for you in a downloadable format that is a series of specifically picked resources, tools, and fun things from Carrie and Stacy that they picked just for you as our students. We do know as a coach that you are going to encounter clients who have the top 3 lifestyle diseases worldwide: diabetes, cardiac disease, and obesity. And we want you to be prepared to coach them confidently. So we provide you with the Advanced Nutrition for Health Coaches protocols so that when you do have a client that presents with one of these challenges, you have that protocol to coach them confidently. You're going to actually get a person when you enroll. Your very own orientation coach is going to be your guide for the first couple weeks of the program. You'll have a private one-on-one welcome call with them. They're going to make sure that you understand all of the tools and resources. You'll have their contact information with questions, and they will check in with you as well. When you attend your private one-on-one welcome call with your orientation coach, you will be gifted our Habit Change Journal. Part of your journey as a coach is your very own transformation, and we want you to be able to track that, and you can. It is a downloadable or printable format of the Habit Change Journal, and it is amazing. Again, admittance to one HCI live event to be attended in the year of your certification is included in your tuition as well. And I left the very best for last. Guys, this bonus does not come around often. We only run this twice a year. This is your opportunity to very quickly monetize. Lots of questions tonight on the call. When can I start coaching? Well, soon. The most amazing bonus for our cohort, all of them are great, this one is amazing, is the opportunity to participate in our 30-day guided cleanse with two of our master success coaches, Joe Johnson and Alice Moore. We offer this guided cleanse beginning in October that you can participate in as a student. And what we've done in the Become a Health Coach program, there is a library of done-for-you materials. One of them is our 14-day Jumpstart Detox. So Joe and Alice rolled that into a 30-day experience for you to participate in as a new student. Now you can participate in the cleanse at whatever level works for you. This isn't Big Brother, like we're saying, okay, you've enrolled with us, now you must eat this. Heads up, there's no coffee on it. So I had a problem the first day, but that's okay. Do the cleanse at whatever level works for you. The idea is that you have this gift of being coached by two of our master success coaches through a 30-day guided cleanse experience that you can offer to your very own clients right after you finish it. So as early as November, you can post out on your Facebook page, hey everyone, I'm becoming certified as a health and life coach. I'm going to be offering a 30-day guided cleanse to a select group of people. And if you are interested in participating, please send me a message. You bring 20 people on. You walk them through the exact same experience that you just completed. It's fresh. And you charge them either $100, $150, right? It feels safe at the beginning because oftentimes we get bogged down with the how do I questions. Well, how do I find clients? How do I do this? How all of those things. It can feel safe and secure to begin coaching in a group format online. And again, you will have just completed this 30-day guided cleanse with Joe and Alice. Offer that out, dip your toes in the water, get a group of people who are interested in what you have to offer through this cleanse. And it's also at a manageable price point, right? $100, $200, right around there. You're going to be building your client base as you are in the program. Maybe you pull your 2 practice clients for the 90-day transformation program from that pool. Maybe you have your test clients. Now you're going to start coaching other clients through that 90-day program. Well, there they are. They've already done the cleanse with you and participated in that. So guys, this is a bonus that is specific to our August cohort. If you are ready to go and are raring to go, this is one of the very best bonus packages that we offer. Put on top of that the fact that it is the largest enrollment special that we offer as well. And August is the perfect time to say yes. So I do encourage everyone on this call, if this has struck a chord, if you still have questions, please reach out to your Clarity Coach for the 72-hour access. If you are committed to saying yes and joining us, I do recommend doing that sooner rather than later so that you can get settled in, get used to all of the resources, and have your welcome call with your orientation coach, as well as joining Carrie on her kickoff call on Monday. I'm going to do a quick check-in with Tara to see. Tara, are we good?
We're good. I think we're all caught up.
Awesome. Is there anything that you wanted to add to my explanation about the cleanse? What do you think?
Oh my gosh. The cleanse is amazing. It's one of those baby steps that you can take to start your business. It is, it's just a great way to take something that we're giving you early on in the program and implementing it with your own people. So once you go through the cleanse, you get to do it on your own. You get to do it with your own peeps. You get to really start talking about what it is that you're doing. Start talking about what you're embarking on, and spreading the word about that. And then getting a group of people together to do this cleanse with you is a fantastic way to jumpstart your business early on as a coach, right? You don't have to wait until you're fully certified. It's something you can do immediately. And I love that. I love that, that's given to you guys. And you get held for it, the whole thing, the whole 30 days with our success coach team. And how great is that to have that personal guidance through the cleanse as you're learning it. I think it's just amazing. I love it. I love that we offer it.
Thank you so much. And guys, again, the cleanse offering is specific to the August cohort, as is the amazing enrollment special. Your Clarity Coach has all of the details, and they are excited to talk to you. Please do reach out to them. Get any of those lingering questions asked. And we've been on the phone together for a little bit tonight, guys. So I do thank you for your time. Take a deep breath, a series of yeses, okay? But do live in that yes for the next 24 hours. And we would love to learn how that feels. And we'd love to see you in the training. Everyone have a great night. And thank you so much for your time.